Please keep caring for each other. Please keep showing up. Please keep sitting with people in the dark. Please keep reaching out to those you are worried about. Please keep giving with your heart wide open. Please keep investing yourself in someone's grief. Please keep washing people's feet. Please keep carrying one another's burdens. But if your spirit is growing heavy, if you are being pulled under, if your light begins to flicker, preserve yourself. Good soul, the cost of kindness isn't self-destruction.
Hello my friends, and welcome back to Epoxy Me That. How are you? I hope doing okay, and I want to thank you for showing up today. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tammy on a good day, and Perry did it on a bad one. I'm so glad you could join us, and hopefully you tapped that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Today is Test It Tuesday, and we're going to be testing another mold. I had a few subscribers tell me to go get some of this stuff right here. It's called basting tape. It's double-sided basting tape. And it's not as strong as the double-sided tape I was using to put underneath my transfer tape. And I'm on a mission. I can only tell you part of the mission right now. And that's to get a mold of this beautiful turtle that I made. Isn't he so cute? So we're going to make a mold of him today. And then I'll let you know later on the other part of the mission. So what we need to get done today is to test this basting tape to see if it's going to work in our molds. Okay? So, if you'd like to see how I get on with that, then kick back, relax, and let's get to it. And I know you're thinking, well, Tammy, you have to have some kind of mold in order to have that turtle. And you're right, I do. It's right here. But I made a few adjustments to my turtle, and I molded it, cast it in it, and now here's the new one. So we need to mold this one now. And I'm also going to be making some molds of my little friends here that one of my subscribers got me. And these also are part of our mission. So let's see if this basting tape works first, because we can't get to the second part of the mission without completing this part of the mission. Okay? So this is the first part of the mission. We got to get some kind of tape to work underneath our transfer tape, because this is the only way I know how to make the molds and to get them to come out looking really decent. So, and it works out really well for me. It really does. But I just need to find some tape that's not going to be as strong to go underneath my transfer tape. So I placed 2 of the strips of the basting tape on here, and we're going to lift it off. And now it's left the transfer tape on there, or the basting tape. Now we're going to lift up our transfer tape. And I've already made the mold box for my turtle down there. I'm just showing you how, if you missed it in any of my other videos, how I make this part for my little friends down here. Okay, we want the basting tape to be on the mold housing on the bottom of it. Okay, so everything's sticking good. Now we want to place our little friends in there. And we don't want them touching the edges. So I'm going to put it down in there like that. And then I'm going to put this one over here. Let's scoot this one over a little bit. Perfect. Okay, I'm just pushing them down a little bit. Now we're ready to pour in this one and this one. So let me get some silicone mixed up and we can get to pouring our molds. So I'm going to slide this in right here, and this is what we're going to be molding if we have any extra silicone left over. And I made those as well. All right, I got my silicone here. I'm using the Let's Resin silicone rubber, and this is the OA by hardness. I got my little timer here, and I got my scales out and my cups. So let's go ahead and turn the scales on. I'm going to tear it out, and now we're going to go ahead and pour. All right, I'm going to stop right there. And that's at 119. I'm going to take it off, clear it out, and reweigh it. Okay, it's 131. Now we're going to clear that out. And we're going to go. I'll stop there. Okay, now I got both part A and B measured out. We got 132 grams of each. And now we're going to place both in this cup and stir. Well, I'm going to get my bigger cup. Okay, I got my bigger cup. I love using these cups. They're real easy to clean out. Now I'm going to add my silicone to the cup. And I'm going to get my little nifty scraper here that's going to get all that silicone out of my cup. And then we're going to add some of my mica powder to the silicone and get it stirred up real good before we add part A to our part B and get it all stirred up, because we don't have to hit the timer until we mix part A with B. That's when the timer starts ticking for how much time we have to play around with our silicone before it starts curing. So make sure you get whatever you need to get done to part B before you mix it to A. Now here's my Marbler's mica powder, and it's in pale pink. I love this color in silicone molds too. So I'm going to get my little spoon here. And we're going to put about that much in there, because we do have quite a bit of silicone here. And now we're just going to go ahead and get that stirred up. And I like to keep it on top of the silicone and not push it down into the silicone until I get it whipped around a few times. Now I'm going to dig down in there and stir it up real good. And we're not going to worry about the bubbles we're incorporating into our silicone, because we're going to run it through my Resiner's debubbler. Airless Pro debubbler. Now I got my little glitter spoon cleaned. And we're going to put it right back over there in its place. Yes, I made me a little glitter spoon holder. Isn't it cute? I love it. Now we're going to add A to B, and we need to go ahead and start our timer when we do that. So let me get this out right quick. And I'm going to grab this again, and we're going to go ahead and get all that silicone out, and then I'm going to hit my timer as soon as I get it all out of here. Because that's really not going to matter, because we're not taking but a few seconds to get this done. So we don't need the timer started yet. You just don't want to take too long. And I tell you, if you're using that 30A silicone, the blue one, you do not need to be wasting any time, my friends. But this OA right here, it's fine. This one doesn't cure fast at all. Now I'm going to hit my 3-minute timer, and I'm going to get to stirring, and I'll meet you back. And now I'm just going to show you just how slow I'm stirring that silicone. You don't need to stir it fast. And then I take it and scrape around my cup. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw this in my Resinar's Airless Pro debubbler and get those bubbles that we just made out of there. And I'll meet you back. Okay, I got my silicone out. Now we're going to go ahead and fill our turtle mold up. And I'm just going to start in the corner and stay right there in the corner and just pour the silicone slowly until it fills up my housing for my turtle. You don't want to pour fast because it'll go over your little mold box. And you don't want that to happen. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stop there. It's filled up. Now we're going to push that one to the side. And now I'm going to get my little friends out. And now we're going to go ahead and pour them. Oh, I hope they turn out. They are so stinking cute. And I have an idea for them, which I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we're going to try. We won't know if we do not try. Now we're going to have to fill this one up quite a bit to cover that snail. So I'm going to keep pouring until I see he's filled. All right, now we're going to go ahead and stop. And now we're going to push that one over to the side. And we need to watch for the bubbles and make sure they pop. Because if they don't pop, we need to pop them. But we have plenty of time to do that. Now I'm going to open up our other mold housing box that we made. And let's go ahead and pour in it. Some of my paper's sticking up in this one. And that silicone's going to go right underneath it. It's just going to make an ugly mold. But it'll be a functional mold, so. And it's just for me. Alright, one of our things is floating a little bit. So I'm going to move it back. And push it down. Okay. That's good. I'm just going to pop those bubbles. And I have some left, but I have another box over here I'm going to pour it in. I've got everything covered, and I'll meet you back when it's time to demold our pieces. See you later. Let's demold my pieces that I poured together. I poured one of these, and it's supposed to be blue, purple, and pink. So, I don't know. Let's see. It's not showing much purple. Oh, that turned out so cute. But you don't see a whole lot of the purple. And then this is a
cross necklace, and I'm waiting on the person that wanted this mold to email me. I have it all packed up and ready to go, but I don't know. Someone asked me for it. I hope they email me soon, or I'm just going to put it in my shop and it'll be up for grabs. Oh, that turned out so pretty. I did this with alcohol inks. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got so much going on inside of there. It's beautiful. I don't know if y'all are able to see it or not. So cute. And I'm going to dome the back. Just clean it up a little bit. I over poured on it. But the way I made that, my mold, it's kind of hard to not over pour on it. Now I made that. This mold right here is perfect. The one I made for whoever asked me for it. I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry, you guys. You'll have to stay after me. All you got to do is kick me in the butt. Email me and just say, hey, get with it. And there it is. I cleaned up the back. Looks nice and neat now. And I'm going to give it a top coat on the back. And you might say, well, how are you going to do that when you have that lip right there? It won't lay flat. I'm going to put it in a bed of rice. I got some things in my bed of rice right now. So that's why I can't show you. But yeah, I just place it in a bed of rice. And then I take my little, oh, pooey Tammy, spit it out. I take my little level and I put it on there and make sure it's level before I dome it. So that's how you do that. Alright, I will see you all later, and hopefully whoever wanted this mold will email me. I know y'all seen that other mold that was down here on the corner. But you can't see that yet. That's part of our mission. And you can't know that part of the mission yet. Alright, let's see if our basting tape worked. Alright. I'll get me a paper towel for all that silicone that flies off everywhere. Uh-oh. It worked, y'all. Look at that. Whoever mentioned the basting tape, thank you, my friend. Because it definitely worked. It worked on this one. We'll see when we get to the other two. I got it. Let's go ahead and peel it off. Wow, it doesn't look like much of the silicone got underneath there at all. Look at that. Okay, I got a little bit right here, which I want to go ahead and take care of. Okay, let's get our turtle out. And there's our mold. It's our turtle. So that turned out good.
And that's my master turtle, so got to keep him over there. Now let's get out our little friends. I'm going to do this one last because I want to see what these turned out like. If I'm going to get bummed out, I need to get bummed out now. And maybe this one will pick me back up in spirit. So let's just get this on out and see what it did. Oh, it's really thick. Come on. Not too shabby, not too shabby. It's a little hard, but not much. I can handle that. I'm just getting that layer of silicone off so we can make it to the transfer tape. I'm really enjoying my Germany made toenail trimmer. Is to get that thing's really designed to get the dry skin from around your toenails. But it's one of the perfect tools when you're making silicones. Silicone molds. Silicones. I can't talk this morning. Okay. Yep. Some of it got underneath our little friends here. So I'm just going to clean it up right quick. Okay. I'm not going to cut any more in there because that's going to be cutting into the leaf, and I don't want to do that. So let's get him out and see how it turned out. You've got to be kidding me. It worked. This is going to be the cutest little mold. Oh my word. Look at that. That is so stinking cute. All right, let me get the other one out. Okay, are y'all ready? Let's get it out. Oh gosh, that is so sweet. I can't wait to cast in this mold. Alright, let me get my little glass friends put up because I don't want them getting broken, and then we'll get this one out. Okay, I got my little friends put up. Got some silicone on my mat. I need to order me a pink mat. I don't care for this gray mat. I want my pink mat back. So I'm gonna order me another one. Alright, let's see. Get my finger in it. Oh yes, that came out so much easier. Okay. Okay, that wasn't easy, but I got it done. It doesn't look like the best job, but... And don't throw your scraps away. Keep them and add them to your next mold that you're making. Put the silicone around the outside edges and stuff. Don't put it right next to your piece, but, you know, you can fill your molds up and use less silicone. So, save those pieces. We got in some happy mail. So let's go ahead and get in here and see what we got. Okay, I'm going to dig around for the slips. Okay. A gift for you. I wish I could do more, but I hope this mold inspires you to keep on creating pretty things. God bless you. Sue Smith, Inglewood, Florida, from Linda Susan Smith. Thank you so much, Linda. Let's see what Linda sent us. Oh! These are going to be so much fun. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. These are shaker molds. Y'all know I love shakers. Look how cute these are. Let me get them out of the package so you don't crinkle it in your ear. Look at these. Aren't they cute? And they come with the little tidbits that you can cast. Can y'all see them? You can cast them and put them inside of your shaker. Usually the molds don't come with those. You know, it's just a little shaker mold. These are so cute. Look at that bunny. And then here's these. They have a bunch more up top here on this one. And I'll flip it over so you can see the styles a little bit better. That's like an old school cell phone. Remember the old school Nokias? Does anybody remember those? I used to have one. Man, those were those were big when they first came out. These are going to be so cute. And look, they came with the acetate sheets that you could put on them. Let's see how many we got. One, two, three, four, five. Got 5 sheets, which, let's see, you can probably get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could, 1 sheet for each time in each one, if you know what I mean. Let's say I'm going to do all 3 of these molds. Then this whole sheet right here would do these 3. So not too bad. That's pretty awesome. And this right here is to put your, you mix up your own shaker solution, which I use, hang on. I use Equate glycerin, which is pure vegetable-based glycerin. And I use a dash of alcohol and a little bit of water. That's how I make my shaker solution for my shakers. So you could go ahead and mix it up and put it in your little container here. And then you'd have it ready for whenever you want to put it in your shakers. And look, these shakers have the keychain hole on them. And I'm trying to see if they have the shaker, you know, the little dip that you stick the shaker thing in. This one looks different from all the rest of them. Look, on this one, you just got the little thing there for your keychain, right? You got one here. You got one here. 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 But look at this one. You got one here, and then there's something right here. Look at that. Huh. I'm going to have to go look and see what that's for. Surely it's not just for the, to put the oil in. You know what I'm thinking? You remember, I don't know if anybody still does this, but on your cell phone, there's this little thing that you can loop one of those little charms through, and you can have a charm hanging off of your cell phone. So I wonder if that's what that's for, to put a little charm hanging off of this cell phone.
That is too stinking cute right there. If they thought of that, that is awesome. And Linda, this is more than enough, my friend. And I'm going to get you in my giveaway. And I don't do the giveaways to receive gifts. I had to figure something out so that I could give back to you all in some small way. I have some of the kindest subscribers on my channel, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So this is my way to give back to you in some kind of way. And I wish I could do so much more for you all. I truly do. But thank you so much, my friend. I am going to really enjoy these, and I can't wait to share them with you all. And I'll probably throw some of them in my giveaways too. I like to cutesy them up and put little keychains on them and little charms, and then put them in my giveaways. So thank you, my friend. We're gonna pour this mold right here, but I'm not gonna pour the other ones in this video. I'm really excited to see what our little friends are gonna look like. So we're gonna have to do it in 2 pours, because we want the leaf to be green, and we want the ladybugs to be seen, and the snail. So we're going to have to do it in 2 different pours. So let me get ready, and we'll go ahead and do the first pour. I'm going to use my Let's Resin Chameleon Powder in Galaxy to dust in my snail. I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some alcohol on it and clean around the outside where I got some of the chameleon powders, because we don't want that on our leaf. Now, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm just going to grab it with some tape, because I couldn't get it off, and grab the rest of the chameleon powders that I may have missed. Y'all know what I'm going to do to get it done in 1 pour. I'm going to get my Let's Resin Chrome powders out. And we're going to use the green for the leaves and this red here for my ladybugs. And we've already brushed the chameleon powder in for our snail. So that's going to get us done in 1 pour. So I'm going to dust these colors in right quick, and then I'll meet you back. Okay, I used my alcohol black ink to color my resin right here. And it has sat for 3 to 4 minutes to degas. So we're ready to go ahead and pour. And I'm not going to spritz any alcohol in there, because if I do, it's going to make my powders, you know, really fly and probably distort my piece. So we're just going to take our chances on any bubbles being in our piece. It's just a test piece anyway. So... but what I am going to do, since I know that my snail has those 2 little points at the top, I'm going to creep this resin right on in there. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I do that, because it's going to take me a minute. Okay, I don't know if we're going to get a bubble or not. There was definitely one there, but I kept poking at it. But I can't keep poking at it, because it's taking our colorant off of our snail. Look, it's already taken some off of our leaf right there. I have a cheap throwaway brush that I'm going to have to throw away, because once it touches this resin, it's not going to be of any use to me anymore. But it's just a cheap thing, so. Alright. I don't know what happened over there. I guess I touched it with my hand or something. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish pouring. Now we do have to worry about in the tip of our leaf up in there. So I'm going to pour slowly. Okay, I will meet you back when it's time to demold them. and see how they turned out. I'm going to run my heat gun over them right quick, pop any surface bubbles. Spritz them with some alcohol, and then I'll meet you back for demold. See you later. Let's demold our friends here and see how they turned out. Let's get our ladybug friends out first. Oh, I hope we don't have any bubbles. No bubbles. Come on. Okay, are y'all ready? Oh, look at that. Isn't that so cute? I love it. Now we're going to draw the lines to make our ladybugs. So we'll set that to the side and we'll finish that in a minute. Now let's get our snail friend out and see how it turned out. I hope we don't have any bubbles. Here we go. Okay, are y'all ready? Oh, look at that. Oh, my word. We did get a bubble. Look, one of his little feelers, or whatever those are called. He has two of them, and one of them's not there. So, yeah, that's going to be really hard to get up in there. Yeah. I'll have to work on that. But that is pretty cute. So cute. I don't even care about that. That doesn't even affect how cute this is. It's precious. We need to clean this up a little bit like the other one. And really, you won't be seeing the bottom of this anyway, because you'll be placing it on something, so. I probably shouldn't have poured it that deep. I guess I poured it too deep, and I picked up the extra stuff I shouldn't have on the leaf. Okay, there we go. Now that's perfect. These are so cute. Okay, let's draw our lines on our ladybugs. Okay, I'm just going to take this Sharpie here, and we're going to go ahead and make our ladybugs. Okay, how did I, oops, how did I do? Can y'all see it? I think they turned out pretty cute. I love them. So let me know what you think about them. And we'll make the other ones in another video, because I have several of them that I want to make. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.